Good afternoon. This is Carrie from down in Texas, and I am continuing my series today on opening a new business, becoming an entrepreneur, a small business owner, whatever you want to call it. We are the backbone of this great nation, and how this great nation started was through people who were willing to make a decision about owning a business and being a small business owner. This segment of the world's commerce employs more than any other section because there are so many of us, and that is the great thing about becoming an entrepreneur, small business owners, is you are joining a fantastic community with so much knowledge and information. It's scary how much is out there. So I decided to do this series because I know so many people that are really tired of working for corporate America. They are tired of working for the man. They are tired of depending on somebody else to take care of themselves, to take care of their future, to guarantee income. And so they're making the decision to just do it themselves. And I'm just thrilled that I was asked about potentially doing a series. I am in my going into my 12th year. Is that right? No. Let me think. I gotta think. Yes, that is right. And I am thrilled that I am a small business owner. I would take the negatives and the frustrations and the headaches and all of that to have. The most important thing in my life for me right now is time. And time is what being an entrepreneur gives me that I can't get working for the man. Today I want to talk to you about probably one of the biggest decisions you're going to have to make, and that's how are you going to process your credit card information? What systems are you going to use? There's a lot out there, let me tell you. And there's a lot out there that are going to charge you a lot of money. And when I mean a lot of money, I mean a lot of money. Some of them are as high as a third. 33% of everything you bring in. Think about that. Just let that resonate with you for a second. 33% of what you bring in. So if you bring in $100, they're taking $33 of that $100. You think I'm joking? I am not joking you. I have in my career as an independent insurance agent and as a business owner and as a DIY company, a retail company, and then another retail company, I have seen and used just about every system because I need to process most of my transactions are done remotely. In other words, I don't have that credit card in front of me. I don't have a retail store. Retail stores and retail processing is always going to be the most expensive because normally speaking it has the highest volume. Okay? I have used the Square. Don't like the Square. They take way too much money. Way too much money. I use a process called Align Pay, and I am very, very pleased with them. I can do all of my transactions remotely, which is very nice for me, which means that I don't have to send an invoice to a client. I can if I want to, but I don't have to. So I don't then have to track the invoice. I can just process it, it's done, it's over. I check it the next day. I get a confirmation that it settles each day. So if I have 5 or 6 transactions through the day, it tracks it through the day. And at the end of the day, normally about 5:30, I'll get a message and it'll say your transactions have settled. Now, the really nice thing that I like about Align Pay is if I run a credit card transaction or a electronic check, which is really important to make note of here. Running electronic checks are becoming more prevalent because people are sick and tired of their credit card information being stolen. Okay, let's just be real here. The theft of credit card information is a fast-growing industry. There are a lot of nasty people in the world that would do anything to steal your credit card information, and they do anything to steal your credit card information. So a lot of people would prefer to run and pay their online transactions out of a bank account because it is safer than a credit card. It really is safer than a credit card. So my system allows me to not only run a debit card or a credit card, but it also allows me to run an electronic check, which for a lot of people is how they want to process their payments. I don't get charged a huge amount. I'm not going to give you the actual percentages because it's based on each individual company and their credit worthiness or their credit profile. Doesn't mean because you're a new company you can't get it. That I want to make that very clear. Align Pay, ALIGN, Align, like an alignment, Align Pay. I've been using them about a year and I'm saving myself probably close to 12%. That is nothing to sneeze at. Seriously, guys, nothing to sneeze at. It is a very big decision, and there are just a slew of companies out there that are going to vie for your business. A lot of it's going to depend on your individual business and what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be doing business, office, retail, medical, whatever it is you're going to be doing? You need to do your homework, like with everything else we've talked about. Check and do at least 4 to 5 companies and get a bid, and then tailor your specific needs on your specific needs. If they can't tailor for you, then you don't want them. Trust me, you don't. You want to work with a company that can tailor your credit card and your check processing based upon what you are doing and the amount of volume that you think you are going to be bringing. All right? And you need it in writing. You need it in writing. You need a bid in writing. If they're not going to give it to you in writing, then they're not reputable and you don't want to work with them, guys. Seriously. Like anything else that you get a bid on, get at least 3 bids. In this case, I would tell you to get more than that. I'd tell you to get 4 or 5 bids. And then make your choice based upon what's going to be the best option for you. Now, the best option may be a little bit more expensive, but it may give you more features and benefits than the other one. So you have to weigh that too, like anything else or any other decision that we make, okay? It takes a lot of investigation. You need to read everything that they send to you, and then you need to make that decision based upon what's going to work for you, that's going to give you the most productive, and that is going to take as little amount of money as possible, because they are all going to take some money. That's just, you're paying for it's a service like anything else. You're going to pay. It's like a telephone service or an internet service or an electrical service. They're going to charge you for processing money that you collect, and you need to know that up front and go into it. It's just getting the right system that works for you, that justifies their fees. And then you need to make sure that you have a system. In my opinion, I want a system that's going to settle every day, so I can make sure that I've collected this fee or that fee and I get a settlement every day. This system, in the 2 years that I've been using it, I've only ever had to issue 2 credits, and that's just for not anything their problem, just a credit that had to be issued. And that in and of itself saves so much headache. The Square system, in my opinion, causes more headache than anybody else, and I would never recommend it. It's just the most expensive, the most trouble, and they are, frankly, the hardest company to deal with. And I don't want to deal with companies that are not easy to deal with. I have enough to deal with every day than fighting for my own money. Period. While we're talking about money, I think it's important, and this is just my opinion, I think it's important to have a business checking and a business savings. Because as an entrepreneur, you are responsible for you and your future and what happens to you and your future and your family. And in anything, I am a huge believer in 20 to 25% savings. If you can, every month, sock it away. Because let's face it, is Social Security going to be around for the upcoming generations? Probably not. Our government has wasted Social Security. Our leaders have vanquished Social Security. It is their responsibility that it's not going to be around. And you know the sad part about it, that is, when you become a civil servant for the national government, you're a part of Congress, we as the taxpayers pay for your insurance for the rest of your life. But they have vanquished Social Security. Doesn't sound like a right trade-off, does it? Food for thought. Also, while we're on that subject, you need to get to know your local, state, and national representatives. Because as a business owner, the things that they decide will directly affect your business. Whether it's a local law, ordinance, whatever. Whether it's a state, income, tax, law, whatever. And of course, as we all know, what happens on a national level affects every single one of us and every single business and the bottom line that we put in our pockets. I think a decision seriously needs to be made based on financial intelligence and financial records. And if you're a politician and you can't balance your own budget, I think we need to know that. Because how are you going to balance our local, state, or national budgets? Food for thought. That's it today, girls and guys. I hope this helped you. This series of videos is just designed to just do that, to give you some of my knowledge and experience, to help you make the decision to be an entrepreneur. If you've made the decision and now you're doing your research, that's even better, and I hope these little tidbits of information get you closer to opening and having your dream. Own your own business. It's a wonderful way of life, and I highly recommend it. This is Carrie from down in Texas. I am an entrepreneur. I have 3 businesses, and I'm here to help you. So please join the community. If you would, like and subscribe to this video, and make sure you hit the bell too, so you know the next time I do post a video. And if you're trying to reach out to me, please go to my main landing page, which is my name, CarrieDevlinscroggins.com. Can't wait to hear from you. And get out there and do your research. And by the way, hit your home run or your grand slam today, whatever that grand slam may be. Maybe it's making the decision to join the community of small business owners. It's a great decision. See you in my next video.